Today, let's talk about 4 easy tips to manage back pain due to sitting upright in a good posture. So, if you saw my video the last time, it was based on um, just 1 second. Let me just make sure I've got my camera right there. Yeah. So that was basically why does my back hurt when I try to sit upright or in a good posture. Now, many of us, especially us working moms, we try and juggle a lot in our everyday lives. Probably it's work, travel, kids, family, etc., etc. So, in between all that, most of us have suffered from back pain at some or the other time in life. And we have been told sit upright. That's a a poor posture is a major contributor to back pain. And maybe you've been one of those. Well, I had been one of those who was sitting upright in a good posture, and after a while, your back starts to feel a little discomfort, a little stiff, and if you continue, it moves on to back pain. Now, this could be mid back pain or lower back pain or both. So, if you are one of these mums, have a look at that video that I did earlier. However, today let's talk about some easy solutions or some easy tips to manage that back pain or discomfort that comes with sitting upright in a good posture. Now, before I move on, I wanted to talk about this kind of back pain. You know, there are two kinds of pain, and it's basically our perception of pain. Like when you go for a run, you come back and you have pain in your calf muscle. Now, I know I've been for a run, it's for my own good. I'm getting healthier, I'm going for that exercise that I want to do. And I come back with that calf pain and I look at it positively, saying, hey, this is good pain. However, if I fall down and I trip over and I get pain, say I've scratched my knees or scrape my knees, and I come back and I say, hey, this is a bad pain. In my head, I'm thinking this is not a positive pain because this is something that's not contributing towards anything. So just bear in mind that when you get that discomfort or that pain that you get from sitting upright in a good posture, it is contributing towards something positive. You are working towards a good posture. However, there are things that you can do to make this journey towards a good posture more sustainable, a bit more easy. So let's talk about 4 tips in this video. Of course, I've got many more and I'll let you know where you can find them, but let's talk about the 4 tips for managing your back pain, that is mid and lower back pain, from sitting in a good posture when you're working towards a good posture. Now, before we get into the topic for today, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Swati. I'm an executive mom power coach. I help moms of younger kids who work in high stress executive jobs to manage their spinal, that is back and neck, and nerve pain. And I do this by giving you simple exercises, some easy lifestyle modifications, some tips and tricks that have helped me in my own pain journey and my adrenal fatigue journey. By adrenal fatigue, I mean low energy levels and brain fog or lack of focus, something that most moms do have a problem with. All right, so I do all of this without taking away a big chunk of your time because, hey, we're moms, we're busy people, right? So let's get back into the 4 tips that to manage your mid and lower back pain when you're sitting upright in a good posture. So the very first thing you want to do is maybe get some kind of an external help. In this case, I mean a posture corrector. Now, this is something that I have used extensively when yes, I had a very slouch posture, and this is something that comes back to me even now if I'm not very careful or if I'm not very mindful of how I'm sitting. So, posture correctors are your friend if you're looking towards working on your posture. Of course, it avoids that poor posture, but it also helps you because there's a constant body awareness that comes with it. Now, you don't have to go and wear your posture corrector all through the day. Start with something small, like 15 minutes or 20 minutes, and then work your way towards an hour, and then gradually increase the number of hours within a week or 10 days or whatever is your pace, right? So one person's different from another. So see what works for you. Now, what this does is you need to give time to your muscles, your spine, the surrounding structures to adapt to this new posture. So if you look at that video that I was referring to initially, what happens is there are 2 things going on when you're trying to sit in a good posture. Oh, all right, okay, we got balloons on the screen. I don't know where that came from. Anyway, moving on. So the brain is used to the poor posture or the slouch posture as being normal. So it takes time for you to train your brain to get those neurons linked back so that I mean, it's not a broken link, but it's something like they're linked haphazardly and they're thinking a poor posture is the ideal neutral posture. However, when you repeatedly work on a good posture, you work on the neuroplasticity concept of the brain to teach your brain that yes, this is a the good posture is actually the new normal. Anyway, if this is all Greek and Latin to you, go back and watch that video. I will let you know where you can find it. Now, another thing that happens is because your muscles and the spine, the muscles and the other structures really, they're so used to you being in this slouch posture. Do you see immediately there's a lot of shortening of the muscles in the front here? There's a lot of stretching of the muscles on my back. And those muscles, when are stretched, they tend to be weaker. And these are anti gravity muscles. So when you're sitting there against gravity, of course, when you're sitting upright, you have to counter the effect of gravity. So when you're sitting there countering the effect of gravity, when these muscles are weak, they will tend to, they will hold you upright for a while. They will do that contraction that they're meant to do. And because they're weak, they cannot hold on to that contraction. They will let go and you'll slouch back again. So what you have to do is, again, the next point is you have to work on those muscular imbalances. Now that will differ from one person to another, but usually you're working more on your spinal muscle strengthening, on your core strengthening, because the core muscles are the ones that are stabilizing your spine, and the bigger muscles are the ones that are creating the movement. However, I'm not going to go into the details of core. If you want to know more about core muscles and their function, go to my YouTube channel and have a look there. If you cannot find me on YouTube, you can just type my name, Swati Prakash, core muscles or back pain or posture, and all those videos will come up. All right, so the third one, let's get more specific. Now, when you are talking about maintaining a good posture, usually we're looking at the neck and the lower back. So first, let's address the neck. Now, if you've heard me talk about posture, you're probably familiar with this, but just hear me out on this. In your cervical spine, so in your cervical spine here, you want to maintain a neutral position, so a neutral alignment. And how do you do that? There's something called a chin nod, which is a very, very easy and I would say a sustainable, easy solution, which is sustainable to maintain your good posture or neutral alignment at the cervical spine. So what you got to do is, if I just take this pencil to um, show you. So if I draw a line that is horizontal from my eyes, it goes up to this pencil, right? So it goes, let me just point it like this. I'm not sure if you can see me, but if this is the horizontal line from my eyes, I want my eyes to be looking 5 to 10 degrees below the horizontal. So do you see how my chin went from looking at the horizontal to 5 to 10 degrees below horizontal? My chin went a little bit into a nod. So if this is 100% of a nod, I want you to nod your chin just 5 to 10%. That puts your cervical spine in a neutral position, right? So this is a happy position for your spine. So you've got that end sorted. Now look at your lower back. That gets me to the fourth and next point. Now, how do you maintain your lumbar alignment? There are a number of things you can do, but the very basic thing you can do is go back and check your office chair or the chair that you sit in at home usually, or for that matter, even your car seat, the seat in which you're sitting, whether you're driving or you're in any other seat. Have a look if it has a lumbar support. Now, your lumbar spine is not straight, it is curved. So if this is your face and this is your back, then if this is your lumbar spine, there is a curve here. When you're sitting on a regular chair, what happens is this is the back of the chair. This is your lumbar spine. The top and the bottom of the lumbar spine is supported. However, these deeper muscles are not supported. When you're sitting for a long period of time, which anyway, we should not be sitting for very long periods, we should take breaks. However, when you're sitting, even for those short periods of time, these muscles in the deeper part of your lumbar curve are not supported. Now, they tend to, because they're already weak from all the slouching and rounding of the back, on top of that, they're not getting any support. You will automatically fall back into this slouch posture so that your back flattens and these muscles get supported by that chair. So you see the logic in this. So what you are going to do is, if you don't have a lumbar support, or if you've got a lumbar support, see if it sits in the curve of your back. Most of the good ergonomic chairs, the higher end ones, will come with a lumbar support that is adjustable. However, not all of us have ergonomic chairs, so that's perfectly fine. You can get an external lumbar support and use that, or else you can roll up a bath towel, just put it into the curve of your back and use that. The advantage of getting a lumbar support is, of course, it looks decent, especially when you're sitting in your office, and it doesn't roll off, right? So it sits on the chair where you place it. So you don't have to go adjust it every day. All right. So if you are looking for the lumbar support or the posture correctors, excuse me, that I recommend and I use, I will leave a link to those in the blog that I have written on this topic. I will leave a link to that blog in the description of this video. If you're watching me on Instagram, the link will be in my bio. If you're watching this sometime in the future and you cannot find the link or the description, just message me and I'll send it across to you. Now, also in that blog, I have got a free guide for you. So it is let me just double check here. Yeah, it is a checklist on how to maintain a good posture while working from home. It does focus on sitting posture. So have a look at that. There's also a lot of other tips that I have included in that blog. So go have a look and I hope you find it useful. All right. If you have any questions, any comments for me, do let me know and I'll be happy to help you out. All righty. I'll see you guys next time.